What is Scada? Scada is a category of software application for controlling industrial processes, which is the gathering of data in real time from remote location in order to control equipment and condition. Scada provides organization with the tools needed to make a deploy data-driven decision regarding the industrial processes. One of the most commonly used types of industrial control system, Scada can be used to manage almost any type of industrial process. Okay, the term Scada stands for supervisory control and data acquisitions. A Scada system is a common process automation system which is used to gather data from sensor and instruments located at remote sites and to transmit and display this data at a central site for controlling or monitoring purpose. The collected data is usually viewed on one or more Scada host computer located at the central or master site. A real-world Scada system can monitor and control hundreds to hundreds of thousands of 1/0 points. A typical water Scada application would be to monitor water levels at various water sources like a reservoir and water, and when the water level exceeds a present threshold, activate the system of pump to move water to tank with low tank levels. Common analog signal that Scada system monitor and control are level, temperature, pressure, flow rate, and motor speed. Typical digital signals to monitor and control are level switch, pressure switch, generator, status relay, and motors. There is typically another layer of equipment between the remote sensor and instrument and the central computer. This intermediate equipment exists on the remote side and connects to the sensor and field instruments. Sensors typically have digital or analog 1/0, and these signals are not in a form that can be easily communicated over long distance. The intermediate equipment is used to digitize then packetize the sensor signals so that they can be digitally transmitted via an industrial communications protocol over long distance to the central site.
Hi madam, my name is FATIN SHAHIERA binti Usman. I'm going to talk about Scada system hardware. So what is Scada system hardware? Hardware such as remote terminal units (RTUs) and programmable logic controllers (PLCs) serve as local collection points for acquiring sensor information. This hardware in a modern Scada system will often trigger actions of the connected piece of equipment via program logic. In a Scada system, the collected data from the sensors is gathered by a computer commonly known as a gateway. There are different edge workloads use computer hardware in various ways. First, gateways was pass the data from PLCs to serve or to the edge. Secondly, the edge computers are close to the source of the data and can act as a gateway. However, they will first process the data before transferring to the cloud for central physical server. This enables quicker decisions at a local level as well as bandwidth and cost savings. Next is human-machine interfaces, which means HMIs. It is provide a local touchscreen interface for machine monitoring and control. They can also act as gateways or edge computers. Last but not least, the server itself acts as the central control for your local Scada system. Your local historian server, historical data logging over time, may live here. So depending on the architecture, it may also report back to cloud or a larger server on the enterprise network. Once collected, sensor data can either be acted upon directly through the use of Scada software or saved for later review. Scada systems can help monitor and control process from the same location in which actions are performed or from a remote site. Next, How does SCADA work? So it is depending on the configuration of the SCADA control system. The state of the production processes can be viewed from an operator workstation overlooking the industrial plant, a HMI located directly beside machinery, or even from the home of an employee. It is also influence and control a SCADA environment without having to directly respond to each event. It is using logic-based rules. Operators are able to designate the completion of certain actions when sensors detect abnormalities. The SCADA software can be programmed to power down the machine immediately and avoid causing further potential harm to materials or operators. Facilities often choose a hybrid version of direct and automated control by creating rules that alert an operator to the abnormal operation. So the operator can then make an informed decision on the appropriate next steps.
Hi, my name is MOHAMAD SHAFWAN, and I'm going to talk about who uses Scada. By providing real-time visibility over the state of asset and operation, Scada helps business owner and operator make smarter decisions, improve efficiency, and minimize downtime. A huge range of industries use Scada, including manufacturing facilities, oil and gas operation, and public utilities. Example of a Scada system. The first is Smart City. From wastewater treatment to power grid management, smart cities are increasingly relying on Scada control system to help monitor and optimize everything from traffic light pattern to public power consumption. When a city is able to see spike in resource usage, such as public transit or electrical consumption, they are able to more quickly respond. Cities can optimize resources over the long term when repeated trends are recognized. For example, certain temperature and humidity level may directly correlate with residents turning on their heating or cooling system. City manager can prepare the grid to increase electrical production and transfer as those conditions develop. At more granular level, the increasing number of electric vehicles being charged is likely to have a growing impact on city electric grid. Scada systems are one way to help monitor and adjust to evolving demands for power such as this. Next is smart manufacturing. Modern factories monitor data from machinery sensor in order to predict maintenance, monitor output speed, and increase operator safety. For example, a piece of equipment may become less efficient at a certain point in its maintenance cycle. With a SCADA system, you could recognize this pattern and change the maintenance schedule to avoid a production bottleneck. Without a SCADA system, it will be difficult to recognize such pattern manually. Well, that's all from us. Thank you for watching.